Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Royal Ascot here on day two of the festival. Here on Wednesday, it is June the 17th, 2015. Have to say, the day one of the festival is really good. So hopefully day two will be really good also. So let's get on to it. Today's first race, the 2:30 post, is the Jersey Stakes. It's a group three, excuse me. Going for a purse, $117,000, and this is in American currency. Like I said yesterday, I'm handicapping these races by an American point of view. For 3-year-olds, going 7 furlongs here. We have 16 horses. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at 316 picks for more selections. And so, like I said, 16 going to post here, and I found two horses I really like here. The one in the nine, number one, Ivana Wood at 8 to 5. Richard Hughes. Last time out there in Kirk in Ireland, and the Tatters Irish 2000 Guineas. I was on May the 23rd. Finished third by 1 1/4 lengths. I have to say that was a really good third place finish. He didn't move much well, he did move. They did run a mile, but but he finished third that day. He stayed where he was basically the whole race. There was no gaining that day, and that's something he hasn't. He's been just not moving up that in his last few starts. Then at Newbury in May the 2nd, 1 mile into 2,000 guineas, English 2,000 guineas, finished third by 3 lengths. He just lost second towards the final few half a furlong. That was a decent run. Just lost, like I said, lost second. Cutting back to 7 furlongs today should really help this horse. Richard Hughes, one of the best riders in the UK. Um, I can't say that with a straight face, but yeah, he's a pretty good jockey. Maybe overrated, but I have to say I really like this horse here. Running over the course should really do well. I want to really speed it up instead of sitting here for 20 minutes talking about a horse. So I'm going to go with the one here. I'm also going to go with the 9 horse here. Luck of the Kitten, 12 to 1 for Wesley Ward, sending his winner for America for Joel Rosario for the Ramses also. Last time out, they won at Churchill Downs on May the 2nd, mile 16th in American Turf Stakes. That was back on the undercard of the Kentucky Derby. Finished fourth by 4 3/4 lengths. He's very willingly that day. The thing about that turf course that day, not a lot of horses were really closing. I noticed if you're on the lead that day, you're going to win. Hopefully today, this will really help. Also, the cutback in distance will really help this horse also. Then Keeneland, mile 16th, April the 15th in the Transylvania Stakes. That race was actually postponed, I believe, twice because of really bad conditions at Keeneland. Finished second by a neck. It was just caught at the wire. Was leading all the way around and just caught a really disappointing second that day. But I have to say, this horse's best run, and I have to say, even with the second place finish was last year at Santa Anita in the Brews Cup Juvenile, finished second behind stablemate Hootenanny. He's just caught late again by Hootenanny. A very, very good run for a second place finish behind one of the world's best horses, with the best 2-year-old turf horses in the world. This horse's last one came in a stakes race at San Anita last October, one of those like front runner stakes or something like that, on the turf. 7 furlongs will be the perfect race for this horse, and this horse actually ran over the course somewhat like Royal Ascot at Kentucky Downs in Franklin, Kentucky. They have a race course. It's all turf. It's a festival for like 6 days a year. And the course is almost like a European style turf course. The only style like that in America. And they make a right hand turn for the 7 furlong races, then back to a left hand turn. It's not like Santa Anita. You have to. Not like just like saying not like Santa Anita, but ran over that course. Finished second. It was just run down late that day. This horse should be going to the lead. Hopefully this horse gets away. Gonna go with this one. So cap my bets for race number one from the Jersey Stakes from Royal Ascot. Gonna go with the 1-9 here. Now let's get on to race number 2 from Royal Ascot. It's 305 post. It's the Queen Mary Stakes. Group 2, purse $156,000 in American currency. For 2-year-olds, we're traveling 5 furlongs here. 23 horses going to post. And I found 2 horses again. The 4-9. Number 4, Bruised Orange, 7 to 1. Again, Wesley Ward for Al Maktoum. Wesley Ward for Halt Creek Racing. Looking at the wrong horse. 7 to 1. Frankie Dettori gets on this one today. Frankie Dettori rode for Wesley Ward a few times last year. In the Brews Cup, they won the with Hootenanny in the Brews Cup, and also he came up to Saratoga up here in New York. to ride a few races for him, and I believe at Arlington also. Gets Tori, which is a really good help for this horse. Last time out, during Keeneland on April the 4th, 4.5 furlongs and maiden special weight. Won easily by length one that day driving. A heavy favorite. If you ever bet Keeneland when there's 2-year-olds in early season, always bet Wesley Ward. His horses, if you get a horse at 3-1, that's a blessing because all the horses are going to be like 1-9, 1-5, you know. That one star was really good. I really like the City Zip here. The City Zip on the sire side. City Zip is probably one of the world's, one of America's best sprinters in years past. So I really like this. Going on turf for this first time, I really think this horse could handle it. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm also gonna go with the 9 here, Delzia, an Irish red horse at 10-1. Sylvester de Souza is in the saddle. Has 2 starts under his belt. Last start was at York on the 15th of May, and Phillies listed stakes. That was a Class 1 event that day. Won by 1.5 length. Kept on going on that day. A very decent run. I like the odds at 10-1. Hopefully this horse can come in for a second place finish. And then at Wolverhampton, that was on the Tapeta surface, I believe, or the all-weather surface, whatever they have now. Could be plow track, I don't know. On April 11th, Wolverhampton, 5 furlongs, and maiden Phillies, Class 5 event. Won easily again by 1/4 lengths. He just ran on and was just the best of the field that day against a lot lesser horse. I don't want to say crappy, but yeah, crappy horses. Like this horse here, 10-1. I'm gonna go with this one, sir. Cap my bets for race number 2 from the Queen's Mary Stakes at Royal Ascot. I'm gonna go with the 4-9. Now let's get on to race number 3 from Ascot. It's the 340 post. It is the Duke of Cambridge Stakes, Group 2, purse $210,500. It is for 4-year-olds and upwards, fillies and mares only. We have 8 horses going to post here, and I found one horse I really like here, and that's number 5, Euro Charlie at 92, for Frankie Dettori. Last time out, the run on March the 28th at Made on Mile 8th and Dubai Duty Free Stakes. Finished 4th by 5.5 lengths. Had Zhao Moria, the Zhao Magic Moria from Hong Kong, riding this horse that day for the first time. Again, he finished behind some really good horses. Or in front of whatever I just said. I'm nervous. He finished. The horses won that race. Solo, who won the race yesterday, the Queen Anne Stakes. I think he won, and the Great Gatsby was running later. 2 very good horses, and Malachi, another really good horse. He finished 4th against a lot of tougher horses that day. Then at Arlington Park in Chicago on August 16th last year, mile 316 in the Beverly D Stakes. Won by 3/4 length with Ryan Moore up in the saddle that day. He swung 5 wide and really liked the course that day. I was on a good course, not a firm turf course like you get here in America. And then last season, I ran at Ascot on July 25th, a 1 mile Phillies listed stakes. Won by 1.5 length. It was heavy favorite that day. He stayed on and ran that day, and then ran last year's festival at Royal Ascot in the Coronation Stakes. Finished 3rd by 1 3/4 length. Just ran on that thing. I really like this horse here. Won last year's English 1,000 Guineas, or whatever you want to call it. Finished 5th by 3 lengths. Again, he just stayed on well. I think this horse will really have a really good performance today. Really like his Beverly D performance. So going to go with this one. So recap my bets for race number 3. It's the Duke of Cambridge Stakes. Going to go with the 5 horse. Now let's get on to race number 4. What is the Prince of Wales Stakes? It's Group 1 here. Purse $819,000. For 4-year-olds and upwards, go 1 mile and 1/4 here on the turf course. And you have one non-runner here, and that's the 1 horse California Chrome. And before I get on to this, California Chrome really ran in this race. Everything was perfect. If this horse won, I would have dyed my hair purple, cut off my hair too. But I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the owners of California Chrome think going over to Europe, oh yeah, it's like running in a San Anita turf race. It's not. It's the world's best horses coming over to this one race. Look at the horses. You have Free Eagle, Chop, the Great Gatsby, and Spielberg, another really good horse coming in from Tokyo. But if California Chrome was not winning, maybe if he came in 3rd, that would be a really good win. For 3rd, 3rd would be really good for this horse. But there's no way that this horse was winning. At 10-1, we had him here in the American odds. So let's get on to this race. I'm going to go with the 9-10 here. Number 9, the Great Gatsby with Jamie Spencer. Really like this horse. Had a last start was actually in Kirk, Ireland, May the 23rd. That was in a mile and 5/16 Tattersfield Gold Cup Class 1 event that day. We finished fourth by 1 3/4 lengths. He kept on the same pace that day. I have to say, it was a really nice run. Then a mile and an eighth that made on March 20th in the Dubai Duty Free. Finished second by 8 1/4, 4 1/4 lengths, excuse me. I'd be in front of, whatever. Solo won that race that day. Um, Solo won the Queen Anne Stakes yesterday. And then last start last year was at Leopardstown, the 13th of September. Mama Quarter in the Quipo Irish Champion Stakes, won by neck. He led close to home and just went on to win. I have to say, I really like this horse. Jamie Spencer, really one of my favorite riders in Europe. Um, so there's not a lot I can say about this horse. It's 5 to 1. Really like this horse's chance here. I'm also gonna go with the 10 horse here. Number 10, Western Hymn at 7 to 1. Frankie Dettori. Frankie Dettori a lot today. Hopefully he has a really good day for John Gosden. Last time out, throwing a stand down on May the 28th, a mile and a quarter, and Cantor Fitzgerald handicap Class 1 event that day. Won by head. He led in the final strides to a really good victory that day. He finished the race at 2:06 and 5 for a mile and a quarter on turf. Then a mile and a quarter at Sandown again on April 24th, and the Gordon Richards Stakes Class 1 event again that day. Won by 3/4 length, stayed on well. He has a 2-win streak coming up to this race. That was his first 2 wins since last year in France Model Quarter at a race course I'm not familiar with in the Prix Eugene Adams Stakes Class 1 event. Won by 3 lengths. He just went on to win really easily that day, and then actually ran last year's Inverness Derby, finished 6 by 9.5 lengths. He plugged in and just really couldn't get into the leaders that day. The winner that day was Australia, who's one of the world's best horses for Aidan O'Brien. I really like that horse. But Western Hymn, 7 to 1 here. Gonna go with this one. So recap my bets for race number 4 for Royal Ascot's the Prince of Wales Stakes. Gonna go with the 9-10 here. So now let's get on to race number 5 from Royal Ascot, was the Royal Hunt Cup. First $273,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Go 1 mile here. And I have to say, this is the hardest race to handicap on the whole card. 33 horses. This race is kind of like it's the weakest race on the whole program today. I found 2 horses here, the 9 and the 12. Number 9, Piro Wango with Colin Keane. Last time out, on Leopardstown on May the 10th in the Amherst Stakes Class 1 event that day. Finished 4th by 1.5 legs. He's 4th near the finish. Really couldn't get up there that day. And then at Carrick and Ireland, 7 furlongs, April the 19th, in the Big Bad Bob Goldness Stakes. Really good names for these races, I have to say. Finished second by 1/4 lengths. He kept on without a threat that day. Coming back today to a mile distance, like his last start. Not coming back, he's running a mile again. He he ran over this course last year at Ascot and handicapped back in April, on October the 18th. He just weakened behind horse, finished 25th by 50 lengths. I have to say that was a really bad run. He's going to be running against a lot tougher horses around, but I have to say, this race is just so wide open. Hopefully this horse can get through. 20 to 1. Gonna go with this one. If this horse finishes better than 25th, it's a win for me. So gonna go with this one. I'm also gonna give you a horse, number 12, Spectacular Bid, or Speculative Bid. Not Spectacular Bid. It's Speculative Bid. At 8 to 1, Jamie Spencer. Last time out, throwing an Ascot over this course on May the 9th, 7 furlongs in the handicap Class 2 event that day. Won by half length. He ran all the way that day. That was the first start on turf since last May. Then April the 4th at Kempton, 7 furlongs in the handicap Class 2 event. Won by head. He just led his post that day. I have to say, this horse, another horse, just coming back to turf for the second time in a row. Handled it over this course last time. Gonna go with this one here. So count my bets for race number 5 from Ascot, the Royal Hunt Cup. I'm gonna go with the 9-12 here. Let's get on to race number 6 here. And I really like this race. It's Stan Graham handicap. Hopefully I said that race. It's the 5:35 post time. Purse $109,000 for 3-year-olds. Go 1 mile here on the turf course. We have 17 horse gun post. And I'm going to single a horse here. Number 1, Osala, 7 to 1 for Frankie Dettori. Again for Richard Hannon. Last time out, the one, Newberry, 1 mile on May the 3rd in the 1,000 guineas, English 1,000 guineas. Finished 7th by 11 lengths. Just had no impression that day. I have to say, it wasn't his best run. Then Newberry, April the 15th, 7 furlongs in the Nile Gwyn Stakes. Won by nose. He just ran on really well. And then the last year's Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. Finished 3rd by 5 lengths at San Diego. He was just up for 3rd, running against Lady Eli and Sunset Glow. 2 of the best horses in America for 2-year-olds last year for turf racing. Sunset Glow, believe ran over it in Royal Ascot last year and won the race. I don't think that one. He could have won. I'm not sure, or she could have won. I really like this horse here. Um, it's a really tough race, but I 7-1. Really like the price on this one. Ran last year at Ascot on July 26th in the Princess Margaret Jumpmont Stakes, won by 2 lengths. He stayed on strongly. Frankie Dettori knows his way around Ascot, so going with this one. So recount my bets first, number 6 from Royal Ascot. Gonna go with the one horse Osala. That's my top pick of the day. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at 316picks.